Shanti, and good early morning to all of you. It's nice to be with the multi group once again. And you might have been informed that we'll be looking at the Murli of the few days back that you have revised. The title of that Murli was The Revelation of God is based on truth, and truth is based on cleanliness and fearlessness. You've already read this Murli and you have discussed about this in quite some details, and you've done some journaling on this. But we thought that maybe there is some aspects that we might be able to explore further on this Murli. And so I would like to first, just very quickly, because it has been a few days now, to go through some of the main points from that Murli, and then we can try and together churn this Murli, if that's okay. So I think Vijit Bhai, you will be coordinating the way we're going to do this today, on assisting us from the technology, and you'll be getting people to speak when they probably indicate that they would like to speak, rather than just speaking whenever they want. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure, Arif Bhai. I've
So
already
we just at the moment mute people, and whenever they need to speak, they can indicate, and that way it's more coordinated. Okay, so we start. So it was a Murli that started with this image of war. Baba is the commander, and we are the military of this particular war. And then Baba mentioned the scene, set up the scene. And then Baba said that we have been throwing so far bombs of souls, which is through our soul consciousness and spirituality, to give experience of happiness and peace. So what you are seeing now is, and that's a very common observation, that some of the personalities, some of the teachers, some of the speakers from the BKs are much more well known, as you can see, through these talks and through the meetings. People are very keen and very interested to listen to the different speakers, and they are very inspired. Okay, in many families, you will see that if you mention about you're a BK, and somebody would mention some name, oh, this brother or this particular sister, I listen to them, they're very good, and we're very pleased, and it's really nice whatever they're saying. So this is the bomb of the soul. Okay, and let's have a picture of that also. It looks like this, very cute bomb. And people like it, you know. And then we go further. Baba says the bomb of God is the revelation of God. And through truth, this revelation will come. And there are two kinds of truth. One is our own truth of our own stage, and the other one is the truth of service. The truth is which is revealed from what we are doing. Yeah, and that particular bomb looks like this. It's a different kind of bomb, and that's the bomb of truth. Okay, so it destroys falsehood completely. So, basis of truth, Baba said, is cleanliness and fearless, these two qualities. When these two qualities are inculcated, then this truth can be developed. And the hindrance is to be dishonest, dishonesty, and carelessness. And anything lacking in your cleanliness. If there is any mixture, if there is anything that is not pure, it creates this hindrance to develop these qualities. And how it looks like. This is like symbol of lotus, where being in this world, but being completely pure, being completely not influenced by whatever the impurities are, and being away from the mud, giving beauty, giving fragrance, and giving that lotus flower image. And then Baba mentioned about fearlessness. So whatever it is, whoever it is, that we are able to face that without any fear. It appears, Baba uses the word tiger, that the scene is quite fearsome, but we should not lose our position. We just be able to face that scene. So Baba said that the truth means to be stable in your original Sattva Pradhan form. Okay, there are different stages of the soul, Sattva, Rajo, and Tama, and we need to be in the Sattva, not even Sattva Pradhan, which is completely the original state of the soul. Sattva Pradhan stage of truth is in your words and deeds. So it's not just either soul, but the expression of the soul also is complete truth. Truth in your sanskars. But then there is another word that Baba added, which he said in a very natural way. So we'll discuss a little bit about this also. And Baba asked us, do you have such a stage? If you have such a stage, then you are ready for the ultimate truth. Okay? Then a little bit expansion on cleanliness. And Baba said a lot about being fearless also. So cleanliness, Baba said, cleanliness should be, there shouldn't be any slightest impurity in your thoughts. Okay. So one can check and see as you go throughout the day to see if there are any thoughts that are not completely pure, because we don't even need any slight mixture. And what does that mean? This is known as truth and cleanliness. So we'll explore that as well. With regards to fearlessness, there were three aspects of being fearless and having fear. The first, Baba said, was fearless to gain victory over old tamagunis and scars. Okay, so we come with our nature, we come with our beliefs, and one of the things that we all have is to feel that we are not good enough. There is no self-respect. There is always doubt about myself, and that creates us doubts when we come to Gyan. And it sounds like, things like, what can I do? I'm unable to do this, incapable. Often, in many aspects, in our life, we say that no, I don't know this kind of things, and we label ourselves that we don't know. And the only thing is that there is, again, this is linked with fear as well. So being fearless is to be confident that whatever it is, if others can understand, if others can do, I also can do. Then there is a challenge. This is more internal, challenge with relationships. So being fearless in harmonizing and transforming the sanskars of others. So whenever there is a difficult relationship, instead of being defeated, can we transform that sanskar of the others, harmonizing the sanskar of others? The second point that Baba said is being fearful. If you are able to carry on, this is to do with the daily life, and see whether you'll be able to fulfill your responsibility, because there are so many challenges in terms of your life that you are living, financially, in terms of opportunities, in terms of work and things like that. And it creates doubt whether you will be able to continue, or whether or not others will accept what you say. So there are two aspects. One is the Lokika aspect of this, which is basically your responsibility in terms of how you live. And the other one is when you are in the organization, you've surrendered, and there are challenges that come. Okay, so if you are a person who's like in a center and all that, you'll be given some responsibility as well there, and also you will be sharing your opinion. So in whichever scenario that you are in, you can see this point of fear that might come. That what if they don't agree with me? What if they oppose me? Sometimes. So depending on where you are, you can see this fear cropping up. The third one, which is very interesting actually, it's your faith is shaken, seeing the power of others. So what happens is the world has some fragment of truth, and based on this fragment of truth, they have created authority. They've created a system of how they perceive the truth to be, and it's quite powerful. And Baba comes and Baba gives us knowledge, and Baba says that this is the ultimate knowledge. But at the same time, when we see the world and how they have created this system of making things to be seen to be as true. There is judiciary system, there is education, scientific system, and they are quite strong. Okay, so Baba says that the truth of the trunk, as compared to your branches, to your branches, when you compare this to the branches, constantly sway, but the truth of the trunk is unshakable. So you have this truth, but you still have fear over that authority. So if the branches are fearless, but the trunk is fearful and hesitant, what would you call that? Okay. So how come do you feel that somebody, you are being taught by God, this is the ultimate knowledge, and they come with their, whatever the idea that they bring, and it's not about arguing with them, but you having doubt, you being afraid that, can I really say this? Sometimes you also feel like, uh, is it is it like this really? So there is lack of faith also sometimes that contribute yourself to be fearful to express yourself the way Baba wants you to express, and therefore ultimately revealing him, which is that final boom. So godly bomb, Baba says, the final bomb of silence. All the temporary support you have kept for your spiritual endeavor will finish, and the one Father will be revealed to everyone through the one and true means of yoga. Through the one and true means of yoga, Baba will be revealed. Ultimately, all these support systems that we have created, there are two kinds of support system: the external support system and the internal support system. Okay, what does this mean? Okay. We'll explore a little bit about that as well. What are the temporary supports that you have kept for your spiritual endeavor? Once those supports also finish, you yourself will be forced to actually then go into what Baba is saying, so that you can finish the work. In the world also, Baba said that everything will collapse. They would have destroyed the countries through their bombs and all that, but then we will have also to destroy our support system as well. And finally, Baba said that how this final, what's the picture that will appear after this bomb? Baba said that this is our Father. There is then, once the victory is attained, it has to be attained by people being able to say this, that not the Father of the Hindus, not the Father of the Muslims, but the Father of all of us. This is called the final revelation through the godly Om. This is called the final revelation. Okay, whereby people will recognize that there is something that they can no longer hold from their beliefs. Now, when we talk about this point, we talk about two elements. One is the external element, what other people will say, but within us also, is there any identity still left? That I am so and so. Is there any, like that support, will totally break, and people will realize that actually he's just one, and they will not have this, idea of limiting him in any way. Okay, so I'll stop there. First, I will hear from you, and then we will go deeper in some of the aspects, seeing what response we have from what you have to share. So let's now open up if anybody would like to speak. And Baba said that we need to be fearless. And so um, let's try and use that in this meeting by being fearless. I know it's quite early there, and it's even earlier here for me as well. But let's try and see if there is something that comes into your heart that you would like to express. And yes, you might not be able to speak today directly. You will have to raise your hand, or you have to type that you would like to speak. So let's see who's fearless. Nobody's fearless. No, we're not going to take chat box first. First, we should hear people speaking. So whoever wants to say, just request to be unmuted, and brother will unmute. Yes. So Balvinder, you would like to speak? Yes, somebody home back. Yes, please.
First of all, my apology to join late. Was some Baba Seva yesterday night, last night, and
Sure.
we're busy, uh, you know, giving the invites for the program, which is today. So, but I went through the Murli last night, and there's a great Murli where Baba has shared the wisdom, the ultimate, and given example of the army general. He's how his vision is and how he looks at the entire war game, war scenario, and so I think that, and how we souls can uh, have the same vision as of the army general, as the supreme authority. And while he is in the game, war game, but detached, and he's having a longer vision. He's having a vision beyond, and he can, with that vision, he can guide the entire, uh, mm, he can guide the entire uh, uh, team, the for this assured victory.
Yeah.
We don't have to be the infantry. We don't have to be the cavalry. Even we don't have to be Maharati. We are beyond this, and just be like the godlike, vision. With that, we will be constantly happy also, and we will be constantly victorious also. We have to just see this entire drama with a complete Sakshipan
Hmm.
and Sathipan. I mean, that's something that's a great from this Murli, and I wanted to share
Hmm.
that.
Yeah.
Om Shanti.
Thank you. Thank you. That was wonderful. We have another hand up. If you could, brother. Yeah. Thank you.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
This Murli was really a fabulous Murli because it was a revelation Murli. And also, that was the last Murli of 1978. So, a kind of finale which Baba really took in 1978, because the Murli next after that had a link with it. Now, when your Baba speaks about truth, as we had already shared before, in Bharat, we always have the song, ईश्वरी सत्य है, सत्य ही शिव है, शिव ही सुंदर है, satyam shivam sundaram. So the word truth, there like God is truth, and then later truth is God. This is already, and everywhere we find that satyameva jayate. But the real meaning of truth, where when Baba says here, speaking to revelation, he is not speaking to truth as state of affairs, but revelation, he says two things: satop, the in samskar, and your stage of satapradhan in your behavior. So that is what you mean by a natural way. That is no need for me to struggle to be truth. For me, truth is something which just flows. Why? Because I take the knowledge of truth. I belong to the ocean of truth, and my father is truth. I think that truth, the natural way. When it comes to cleanliness, just one word, it is impurity. Like I always think, there should not be any influence of others. Like I will not let anyone walk through my mind with their dirty feet. My mind can not go with their dirty feet. I think that's what, nothing should influence me. So as you showed at the lotus, I also take the example of a swan. Coming to fearlessness, I think that's the thing which is absolutely important. What would the others say? Will they take up Shiv Baba? Is Shiv Baba accurate? Whatever he said, will it happen? What if I go and something else happens? Will actually destruction take place? If all that, I don't know. Because that one thing, which Baba has mentioned in the Murli, those people with temporary beliefs, with wrong beliefs, they are fearless. But you've got the absolute truth. See, there's something called as absolute truth and relative truth. But you have absolute truth, and you cannot go and stand in front of them. Second, and the same thing is saying, and you are the trunk. They are branches, they are swaying, they are saying, this is the world, you cannot do. That is the third part which I like in the Murli. And the final part which I liked in the Murli is that bomb thing. It was such a beautiful discussion, even which I had this, our bomb is bomb of silence. I loved that aspect. And one thing which I think we have, according to Baba, Baba says, wow, what has to be revealed? Almighty is teaching. Sun of knowledge has risen. But he is unknown. So these two things, that God himself is teaching us and God has come. The God, more than God, he says, the Son of knowledge. That revelation, I think, and as you rightly said, the Father of all of us, Sabka Baap. That I liked these four aspects in the Murli. Om Shanti.
Thank you. Thank you, sister. Somebody is Sanjay Bhai would like to share something, I think. Next.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Today Baba is talking about that cleanliness, that is transparency, fearlessness. These are all outcome of the connection with Baba. And you can say that if unless and until we are clean, we are transparent, we will not be connected to Baba. Just complemented to each other. If we are connected to Baba, we are clean, we are transparent, we are fearless. And when we are clean, transparent, we are connected to Baba. And as when we are connected to Baba, connected to that Almighty, the superpower, as very nicely stated by Sister Sabka Baap, when we are connected with Baba, jab Baap ke saath hai, then you are really fearless. Nobody can harm you. Even when we were a child, if anybody comes and start fighting with us, we just go and just be with my mom and dad, and then we feel less fearless. Nobody can hurt me, and we become safe. Just like that, similarly correlating to that when we are with the truth, with the cleanliness, that we are transparent, we're not hiding anything. We are really connected to Baba, and when we're connected to Baba, we become fearless.
Hmm.
And as talking about that bomb part is very attracting to me. That how can we become bomb? What I think that the word bomb, I started introspecting the word bomb, and I reached to the conclusion that the first letter B of the bomb talks that yes, you become balihar to Baba, tan, man, dhan, sab arpan to Baba, and the second letter O, that is to become obedient, and the third letter M, which is talks about man manava madhya jivi, and the last letter B, become bold, and that boldness, that balihar part, that obedient part, man manava madhya jivi part, and that in that way we become bold, and that's the bombing. We become bold, and that's the bombing. And when the bombing takes place, the transformation takes place. Baba also talked about the bomb of silence. That is, silence means that really soul conscious. Again, the word S for soul conscious, I for inward journey, L for loyal, E for ensuring Srimat line by line, word by word, and for Nirakari, Nirvikar, Nirahankari, C for careless. We become really careful rather than carelessness. And if for ensuring that we are following Baba Srimad, that is bomb of silence, and that is transformation takes place within. And when the transformation takes place within, that's the outcome. The transformation, the external transformation, do take place. And in that process, from Swaraj Adhikari to Viswaraj Adhikari, and the final bomb, the Baba's bomb, actually with Baba, as we are connected to Baba, we become bomb. And when we become bomb, we start bombing. And that is, we start bombing means that Baba's bomb is that is basically Baba's bombardment. Because Baba doesn't bombs, Baba bombs utilizing our we bombs.
Hmm.
Yes, and basically we have to become Baba's bomb, and that we become Baba's bomb unless and until we become very, very clean. We become very, very fearless. That means we bomb become Baba's bomb, and if that bombarding takes place, everything will be wiped out, everything will be transformed. That's what I understood today. Om Shanti, brother.
Thank you for your sharing. Yes, if we can just allow maybe those who would like to share again, you can raise your hand, or maybe you have to call your name and see if you would like to raise, share something. Maybe you can go Vijit by first, and then somebody might come. No, we'll not repeat those who have already shared first. Let's try and get some people who have not shared Ombai. Just let's let's get Vijit by, maybe you can share first.
Okay, thank you, Arif bhai. So I like Baba said, being fearlessness, maintaining fearlessness. So like the brother mentioned, fearlessness comes when we being truthful, right? So when we are truthful, right, then automatically fearlessness comes, that we are even when we go to seva or any sort of a related to this, we go out, right? So we back in our mind we are in the side of truth, right? So Baba being the truth, we all are here today because we've realized the truth. So that realization will also leads us to that fearlessness, right? That this is the truth. So when that fearlessness comes, right, completely aware, having aware that, okay, this is the truth. So when that fearlessness comes, then automatically we go forward to face any sort of a situation, whether something we'll have to deal with the people or, within ourselves or with our relatives or anyone. So we get that courage to face any sort of a problem, including if somebody who's dear in our family passes away, right? So we will not be bound by the emotions where, we, with the power and the awareness and the knowledge, we will, conquer that and then come forward to support and give all that support that the family required. So this is all, I think, one way or the other, the being fearlessness. I feel. Yeah, so which is something we get only from Baba. No one else. They might talk about fearlessness, but the actual fearlessness or being an embodiment of fearlessness is only possible when we realize the ultimate truth, who we are and whom we belong. Om Shanti.
Okay, so there's Usha Ben, Srinivas Pai, Sridhar, Rachna, Primila, Kalpesh, and Sanjay Bai is already shared, Girja Ben is already shared, Chandra Kalaben, and Ankita, Manu, Ravinder Ji, Rafi. Rafi would like to say something. No? Okay. All right, so I'll just share a few things. And Kirjaban, you'll have to wait for the second turn. You've already shared. So you have to wait for the second round. And if there is anything urgent, you can just type on the chat box for now. Okay, so what I'm gonna talk about. So what we're going to talk about is when realization happens, when the soul realizes, Baba comes and teaches us, and then the soul wakes up. All kind of illusion will go away. In that state, you become equal, you become combined, you become one. And revelation happens when in the physical form you're there, but the soul is totally awake. And when somebody sees the soul, in that image, they see God. There is so much clarity and cleanliness that actually whatever is coming out from that particular soul, it's just God-like. And that's how God is revealed. That's how that final bones get dropped. Okay? And this is my understanding. So I'm just sharing a few things with my experience. I'll give you an example. I'd gone for another kind of meditation because before becoming a BK, I used to, I have been around in so many different kinds of meditation that I was learning. And I had come for an intense meditation and I came back and I was just, in a normal way, back to my work. What I realized was there was something that was created from doing this intense, just meditation, basically mindfulness meditation, there was something that was created that I felt that I was not as if thinking. Things were coming out for me. Whatever I said, there was a feeling that of knowing. There was a feeling of being able to say something without a filter. Like the filter was so clean that whatever I needed. Typically what happens, you get a call, you look at the number, and then you pick up the call, and then you have few thoughts about, what to say. But what had happened to me at that time was that if a phone call came, I didn't look at the number. I just picked up the phone. And we are talking about many, many years ago. There was no smartphone at that time. We would just, I would just pick up the phone and I would speak because there was so much feeling of fullness and confidence. And this is before Gyan I'm talking about, yeah. Now I understand what that means. That means a state of complete truth where there cannot be any fear. So there is no question of even thinking. Thinking is a lower level. When we use our mind, think, okay? Again, we have two minds. There is a mind which is clean and pure. That mind and intellect is completely together. So whatever you think, whatever you do, whatever you say, however you act is all completely aligned. Okay, and your intellect is so clean that there is peace, love, and happiness which is guiding it. Okay, in other words, God is guiding it. In other words, man manam. Okay, so this feeling where imagine today you are going everywhere and there is no, like, I would say, like these people who come with arms and ammunition and feel strong. I let go of all defense system. This is real fearlessness. I don't have anything, but I know that I am so strong. Okay, there is no external dependency on anything. Like sometimes we say that, I'm with somebody and I'm okay, or this person is this, or it should be okay. But forget about those, even internal support system, to be able to let go and to be able to stand in any situation and any place, and any particular crowd, whatever it is. And to be able to do this, I need to be able to cultivate being equal to God. I need to be imbibing this position in my life through this study of Raj Yoga, not to try to be, not to do something, but just to be that love, to be that peace that Baba is guiding us and training us. Okay, if there's anything, Baba is training us through this study where you don't then have to use anything. There is Baba, there is you, and in that space, there is no difference. When we are in that space, there is no time, there is no thought in terms of the mechanical thought that we do. There's no practice anymore. It's just being in that space of total equality. This is the state where that bomb goes off. And if that goes multiplied by all those souls who have done that work, then the final revelation happens. Because wherever you go, these active bombs, these life bombs are everywhere. And they are there not only because it's not limited to space. It's not like, you are localized. No, your power will be so much that people in other areas also, they will be able to see this. And they will then say that, it's not about hearing, it's not about thinking, it's knowing that there is God. So there is no time for convincing at that time. Okay. So that's one thing I wanted to share. And then we get caught up. And the biggest mixture that is there is the mixture of devotion. We get young, but we are still devotees, and this is what I feel is one of the biggest thing that has to go. Just look and see how we speak, in the events that goes on. Some people still think they are Indians. Till now, you talk to them, they say, no, we are Indians. Oh, I am a Muslim. Oh, I am so and so, In the back, the story is still playing. When can I cut all these dependencies and become just what I really am? And in that, there is no even question of being fearlessness, because there's no question of fearlessness, or there's no question of being clean. I'm already that. I can't be anything else. As a soul, I'm already fearless. I'm already pure. I'm already clean. I'm already like, even this process that I'm becoming something, that also will drop. Where there is complete transparency, somebody mentioned, I like the word, authenticity. There is no need for me to hold on to anything, any kind of image, any kind of support system. It's just God. And I'm just me. Just so equal, combined. The question of remembrance doesn't even come. I will not even forget. You only remember if you forgot something, no? Meditation also doesn't mean anything at that time. You are already. This is Rajyoga. This kingdom and all these forces that are playing, none of them, they are there, they will play, but there is no effect. Absolutely zero effect. This is that state where revelation has to happen. So now, again, I would prefer those people who haven't spoken first, and your final word. You can share. Some of the people would like to share, I know. But let's start with those people who haven't spoken yet. If anybody who hasn't spoken and would like to speak, can you raise your hand, please? Or just type on the chat box that you would like to speak. Everybody should speak something. Usha Ben. I don't know why, but I'm just going down the list and Usha Ben is last there. Usha Ben, would you like to say something? Just one word? Everybody should say one word. Come on, be fearless. I think Balwinder Ben was trying to say something. You can, because she hasn't spoken. Can you unmute her? Just one.
Om Shanti.
Very essential, Om Shanti. Just very briefly, because we have very little time.
Okay, sure. Om Shanti Bhaiji and Divine
Shanti.
Family. This beautiful experience you have just shared, I will say this is highest stage of full 100% awakening, realization, full light, where all the false identities have become zero. And then there is no effort. And then you are in your original, in your real state, where you do not have to do anything. In that state, you and him, you're one. You're in combined state. Thank you, Ji.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Okay.
When you were sharing, I was feeling that you are the one who has experienced this, So this is, take it in your feeling. And therefore, there is no curtain then. There's nothing, there's nothing to hold you. Thank you. Okay. Sridhar Bhai, Rachna Ben, Kalpesh Bhai. Anybody? Kalpesh Bhai, fearless means powerful in every sense. Okay, that's very good.
Om Shanti.
Yes.
Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Divine Family. And this is a
Sorry, who's
wonderful.
this?
Hello.
Who's speaking? Sorry?
Kalpesh.
Kalpesh Bhai, yes, yes. Please go ahead.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Baba. And thank you, Arif Bhai. And this is the wonderful state. This when we fearless, then the it is and in every sense we are powerful. It's gun, dharana, and the catching power and everything, and we catch them as this is a feelings that we are getting when we are when Baba is there. There's no fear, and Baba is with us, with me continuously. So there is a
When
fearless state.
Baba, sorry, I will just interrupt you. When Baba is there, there is no fear. When you are equal to Baba, there is no fear. When
Yes,
you
yes,
go, because you see, you have to take that fearless in you. And how you can do that is that there is no fear on the soul. Only when you are identified with something, that's when there is fear. But what will the soul fear for? It's
yes,
only ego which is creating a sense of fear. Okay, so when you go out and in any situation, whenever fear comes, it means that you are not in your state of the soul conscious, like not only soul conscious, but God-like,
yes,
Bhaksaman. When you come out of that, so there is no difference, there is no loss, because the soul
yes,
can't lose anything. The soul is eternal. The soul is indestructible. Just remember this, if,
yes, yes,
if that state, and then nothing is there to fear. There's no one to fear. There's nothing to fear. There's no authority. There's nothing.
yes, yes.
There's nothing that can stop you. That is the bomb of God. That is unstoppable.
Unstoppable. Yeah. Unstoppable. Yeah. Om
So
Shanti.
that's what I want you to leave here with, that feeling.
Yes,
That
yes,
there is no one and nothing that can stop you, because not because you are any different, but you become aware. You've taken the lesson now. Yeah.
yeah.
But for that, you'll have to die. You'll have to die from all those old stories.
Yes. Om Shanti. Thank you,
Thank you.
Baba.
Sorry, I thought I will just clarify that. Yeah. Amiji, why don't you speak, Amiji? It'll be nice to hear you, if possible.
Just I thought that fear is just in your mind. And so when you are soul conscious, when you're with God, you become fearless.
Absolutely.
So, yes. And it's like, and truth is just like a sun. So we all are revolving around the sun. So we need to accept the power of the truth.
Exactly. When I am a soul, there is absolutely, like the soul doesn't have anything. So there is no question of fearing anything, because usually fear is connected with loss. But you can't lose anything,
True.
So, yes, next. Come on, those who haven't spoken, please. Usha Ben, yes, finally. I'm so happy that Usha Ben said something. Okay. Thought bomb of silence, temporary support for spiritual endeavor finishes. Yeah. So lovely. Yeah. There is nothing, like you see, there's one aspect that is coming here. You will not have any requests. If you have any request or you have any, like I need this, I need that, that also will go. You don't need anything. The soul does not need even this body. Okay. You need only this body so that you can express the soul in the physical form. The soul is beyond the body. Yes. Sridhar Bhai. Rachna Ben. Dr. G. Jitna. I haven't heard them speaking. Chandrakala Ben. Ankita. Tanu Ben. Come on.
Yes, morning, Arif Bhai. Om Shanti. Om
Shanti.
Shanti to Divine Family. It's like when we talk about fear, like absolutely God has comes down to this earth to be with us. So why we have to get it into fear? Like for me, especially for me, if I want to tell with my experience, when we expect and when we in body conscious, we get into fear.
Yeah.
Like after coming to the Gnan, like after knowing everything, like Adi Madhya Anti, like why we want to get it into fear? Like Baba साथ है, डरने का बात क्या है?
Yeah.
Om Shanti Bhai.
It's just a toy story which is going on, and unnecessarily there is fear. The toy story will go on. You don't have to be fearful because Baba is there. Baba is already told you, given you knowledge. Yeah. Okay, so is it time up now, or shall we stop here with a few reflections? Or would anybody, even those who would desperately want to say last word? How do we do, Rakhi bhai? Reflections? What do we
Yeah.
do?
Arif bhai, we can do the reflection because of the time limit we have.
So 2 minutes. Just being with yourself, knowing that you have taken this class, you have found the true God, the God of truth, the truth itself. All you are doing is you are becoming that. And becoming is even a wrong word. You are that. Just feel inside you that you have been told and you have been repeating Om Shanti, Om Shanti. You have been repeating that word Om Shanti. I am, not I will become, or I might make it to become peace. I am peace. And where there is peace, there is no fear. Where there is peace, that ultimate state of cleanliness is within me. I just have to hold this temporarily for this point of time by holding and understanding that Baba is with me. Baba is with me. I am this peaceful soul, completely pure. There is no even speck of any kind of impurity in my thoughts, words, or action. Complete Sato Pradhan. Just go very deep inside you and feel this feeling that I am completely without any speck of any kind of impurity. All the support systems, which are temporary, which is basically based on illusion of me being my thoughts, me being my identities, me being the role that I'm playing, me being that limited being. All of this illusion goes away. There is no space for fear. There is no space of anything being able to touch you. There is no space for you to touch anything which is not belonging to you. There is no need of thinking even. You are that. Your nature, it becomes natural. When I reach that space, even now, God is not somewhere. God is there immediately with you. This is a stage where revelation happens. And this stage is cultivated not in sound. When I go into the depth of silence in a second, I don't try to sort out things. Things are already sorted out. Just by me being in this space. And I don't need to be doubtful because all the forces that are there around in the branches. I'm so strong in my state of being the trunk, connected with the seed directly. I evolved and was created from that, the seed of truth. There should be nothing and no one who can shake this foundation. Truth, cleanliness, fearlessness is my right. If I hold this awareness when I go to the world, every time there is anything that comes to shake, there's no way it can win this internally or externally.
Om Shanti. Thank you to Baba. Thank you, Arif Bhai. Thank you, Divine Family. See you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Till that time, have a lovely day.